Wall Street Memes Casino,
I'm fine.
and Sportsbook. Get a sign-up bonus of 200% up to $25,000 when joining today. Sign up now. Terms and conditions apply.
Vote for IFL in this year's Sports Podcast Awards. Go to www.sportspodcastgroup.com and vote for us in Best Combat Sports Podcast and the Diverse Voices Awards categories. IFL Pod, available across all major streaming platforms now.
Andrew McCART, IFL TV, delighted to be joined by Liam Beefy Smith. Liam, first and foremost, who's that on the poster behind you?
I don't know. It's well done, it? Yes.
Listen, we're in Liverpool here for a big fight night. Tasha Jonas, who you know very well, against Callum. A lot has just been said there. This is the female version of Hagler versus Hearns. Can you see that?
Yeah, I can see why it got that got put. Southpaw, orthodox, tall orthodox, solid punching little southpaw. But like I said, these two are two very good fights in the female world boxing. Two Olympians and two world champions. Former world champion and current world champion. So, it's a tough fight.
Who wins then? You obviously are biased. Probably you're going to be biased in this question, but who wins?
Yeah, look, regardless of the biasness anyway. If I thought Mayer would win, I'd probably say 50-50. That's where the biasness to come in. I'd say I want Tasha to win, but it's a 50-50. But look, I feel everything points to Tasha. Confidence, momentum, just ability. At welterweight, I said a long time ago, this was a tough fight for Tasha at super feather. I mean, they were both. Tasha was challenging for a world title. I think Mayer was also world champion at the time. I thought it was a tough fight, and I didn't half rate Mayer. I thought she beat Bumgarner also. But just at the moment and the time of it, I fancy Tasha to win. I think she could probably get a stoppage late on.
Well, there's another reason why you're here at the press conference, not just because of Tasha, because your two big brothers, Stephen and Paul, they're a coach and a manager working together. They've got a fighter on the undercard in Steve Clark. Before we talk about Steve Clark, how's that dynamic working out between the manager and coach, Paul and Stephen? Yeah,
good. Obviously, it's two people who know boxing like the back of their hand, been a boxer a long time, give their life to boxing and still are doing so. Been in boxing since doing 9 years of age. So, look, I think for Stephen, he's got like a new lease of life with the culture, and he's buzzing again. He's in a happy place and he's thriving with it. For young Steve, he needs to just be like a sponge now and just keep taking everything on board. Of Paul, Stephen, myself and Callum, winning around the gym. And like I said, for him now, I think the world's his oyster with the knowledge in and around the gym, and people will open doors for him. It's just down to him to do his job, do his part. He himself, his family do a lot of tickets. Like I said, it's just he's just he knuckles down. He does his job, which he does anyway. He's a dedicated kid. Doesn't do nothing else but boxing. Loves boxing. So as long as he does his job in the gym, then he's got a long career ahead of him.
Obviously with yourself, we'll talk about what the future holds for you, but with yourself and Callum and Tasha, probably maybe got 2 or 3 fights left, maybe going on, but you've got guys like Steve Clark and Frankie Stringer in the gym. Are those two the future that can take over the mantle from the 3 names that I've just mentioned there?
Yeah, definitely, especially from the Rotunda mantle, and all the Rotunda pros are on the way out now. There's only a few of us left, so they're going to carry the flag for us. Frankie, young Steve, who had the amateur careers at the Rotunda, and going to be young pros coming through now, and so I'm going to guard Frankie's the best I can do, and I'm sure Paul and Stephen are going to guard Steve Clark as well. And like I said, look, they helped me with Frankie also, and I'll help them with Steve. Obviously, I've done a lot of sparring with Steve, helped him a lot going through the ABAs. I've done a lot with him over the years, and I'll probably still do a lot with him now as a pro, to learn him and adapt him into the pros, watch him become a better pro. But just unfortunate this time round, I had a good rest and let my body heal with the injuries. Otherwise, I would have done a lot of sparring with him for his debut. But I'm pretty sure once he gets his debut out the way, and I'll help him in camp for his next fight.
Let's talk about the next fight, your next fight. Obviously, after the Chris Eubank, there was a lot made of everything that went on in the background, but we're not going to go there. You've said you don't want to make any excuses, so 2024 is a new year, right? I've asked you off camera, are you back in the gym? You said yes. What have you got for me? What can you tell me so far? What's next for you?
Nothing concrete at the moment. Lots possibilities, lots of interest. Just need to concentrate now on getting myself back in fighting condition. My injuries are fine now. I feel I'm fully healed. With no pressure now, no fight date. Just get myself back to fighting fit, and then I'll put something in concrete close to the time and decide what way I'm going.
160, Eubank, Trilogy, is that sort of not priority, but is that top of the list of things to do in 2024?
Yeah, 1,000,000%. I'd take less money for the Eubank fight next. If that was the case, I'd pay money out of my own purse to have that fight next. That's, you ask me what I want in boxing, it's that. But he seems to have other priorities. I think he's going to take that win and run. Even though it's 1-1, I beat him quicker than he beat me and all that bollocks. But I think he's happy with that, and he knows he'll never beat me that easy again in his life. So, but like I said, look, the rest of my career is not going to depend on Chris Eubank Jr. I'll get myself fit and ready, and there's enough big names out there who want to fight me at the moment. So,
where does the world becoming a 2-time world champion? Where does that rank right now in terms of things to do for 2024?
Yeah, right up there. At the top. To do that would be an unbelievable achievement. You've just seen my brother set out to do it. He didn't. He come short, but that's one of the biggest goals in boxing. And then that was when I lost it. That was my biggest goal to set out to do. Obviously now, with the position I'm in, I just want big fight to put me right back in the mix.
You spoke about your brother Callum there. Now, you were there, you've been in Canada all the time with him, and we will talk about obviously things that you're probably sick of talking about, but you saw Artur Beterbiev up close in that ring. Is he the monster that we all think he is?
Yeah, of course, he is. Like I said, the news of the punches in round one, I shit myself. I thought, wow, just the news after me. He's an animal, he's a good fighter, he's a very good fighter. Even when you say he's a beast, he's not just a beast. You don't do what he's done just being a beast. 19 fights, 19 knockouts. 20 fights, 20 knockouts now. Without being a class fighter, you don't go to 2 Olympics without being a class fighter. You don't beat Alexander Usyk without being a class fighter. And he's done all of them things. The man's a top fighter, and we knew we were up against that regardless. We just thought stylistically wise, timing wise, it was perfect for Callum. It wasn't meant to be.
Well, on Twitter last night, you obviously had to make a point to people that were calling you bitter, reference to atypical test. You actually, I think it was the email that you released on Twitter.
It was just the dates, like I say, there's no excuse. Regardless of the drug test and regardless whether Callum boxed unbelievable, he was up against it. He was a 4-1 underdog. He was fighting Beterbiev for 3 world titles. A monster who's had 19 fights with 19 knockouts and knocked 9 world title fights out or something. We knew what we were up against, but it's nothing to do with being bitter or not. It's to do with your drug tests are changing. You're getting more testosterone at 39 years of age. That doesn't happen, Andy. It's impossible to happen. That doesn't, what I'm told and what I'm getting told of the drug test, the testosterone has gone up. How? At 39 years of age. And that's my point of view. Then call me bitter all you want, but when you get a atypical finding in a drug test, from my point of view, I think that is the arse end of whatever you've been on is still in your system. And again, call me bitter all you want, but that's our stand by it. And whoever wants to call me bitter, call me a sore loser. Where am I a sore loser? We've lost before. My brother has lost 2 world title fights to Artur Beterbiev and Canelo. You want to call me bitter for that, mate? Then you call me bitter, but you're fucking mad. And that's just what I stand by it. It's just, but look, I'm not stupid. It's social media for you. Do you know what I mean? The clowns who don't like us are out to get us off that. If I'm standing dog shit, they slag you for it. Do you know what I mean? I'm not worried on the people on social media calling me bitter. Like I said, I'm far from bitter. If I'm bitter over losing to Artur Beterbiev, then fucking hell, I might as well just quit now.
Obviously, when I watched Liam's post-fight interview with Sky Sports as well, he seemed very dejected, obviously, because lost a world title fight. His ambition was to be the best at light heavyweight, unify the division, become a 2-weight world champion. That didn't happen this time round, but he seemed a wee bit as if he was hinting at retirement. Now, you're probably closer to Callum than the rest of your brothers. Where is his mindset right now, a week on from the fight?
I think that's a massive thought for him. His thought to become a world champion. He wants to become a two division world champion. He'd fully tell you that. And that was his only his only goal in boxing. He didn't want to stay in boxing to try and make more money. He didn't want to stay in boxing to have big domestic fights. He stayed in boxing to become a 2-weight world champion. He's just had that opportunity and come up short. He doesn't want to hang around. He doesn't want to, I got asked the question before, he doesn't want to rebuild. That's not being disrespectful. That's not either saying he should get a world title fight again. He just doesn't want to carry on boxing to rebuild and go through the process again. He was within touching distance. He was mandatory challenger. He put himself in that position. I don't think he'll want to work his way and put himself in that position again because it's the time frame of it. He's 33 or 34 now, Callum. It's different when you've made a shitload of money. The belts are going to be tied up for a little bit now. They're going to fight each other. Then if Bivol wins, he's probably not going to vacate them. If Beterbiev wins, will he retire?
That being said though, I spoke to Bivol out in Saudi. He said that he will make that move to cruiserweight if it becomes, and I think Beterbiev's got on that same sort of path as well. If he wins, he'll vacate because all these mandatories come in. Now let me put a scenario out for you for Callum. Now that 5v5 Earn versus Warren thing, and I've seen a lot of people saying who do you want on that thing, and people said Callum, yes. Would that fight with Yard and then the possibility of fighting for another world title at the back end of that if he beats Yard, a vacant title, would that excite Callum? Would that sort of give him that fire in his belly again?
Yeah, but like I said, something would have to be put to him, like,
an incentive.
Yeah, an incentive, like I said, and the incentive probably not just money. If the money's not great, he doesn't say no right away. But what I mean is, if it's put to him, look, beat Yard, you fight for a world title again. Beat Yard, the winner of that fight vacating the belts, you'll get a world title fight. Then maybe so, but as I said, it is solely on becoming 2-weight world champion, and that's it. Nothing else.
Yes, and obviously you've got hopefully a good year ahead of you. Now I'm in the Rotunda again tomorrow morning. If you're in, you want a rematch?
Yeah, if you want. I might be a bit too heavy for you at the minute now.
You were heavy the first time.
No, I was a fucking way. You're probably heavier than me. No, but I'm heavier now, so it might be a bit too much.
I've still got my gum shield. Listen, I don't mind taking a body shot off you again, mate. It's good for my social media. Listen, Liam, as always, a pleasure speaking to you, mate, and I'll see you soon. Thanks, mate. Thank you.
Wall Street Memes Casino,
I'm fine.
and Sportsbook. Get a sign-up bonus of 200% up to $25,000 when joining today. Sign up now. Terms and conditions apply.
Vote for IFL in this year's Sports Podcast Awards. Go to www.sportspodcastgroup.com and vote for us in Best Combat Sports Podcast and the Diverse Voices Awards categories. IFL Pod, available across all major streaming platforms now.